The thing about wealth is that it is not sure to stay with you forever. The thing about financial capacity and financial growth is that you can be rich one minute and be poor the very next minute. So there are so many lessons that we get to learn in finance from celebrities, from the ones that have grown wealth to a very high level of capacity or started growing their wealth from nothing to something, all the ones that were so wealthy and all of a sudden found themselves bankrupt, broke, and totally out of the business and poor at the end of the day. And of course, in our Money Wealth series, where we talk about celebrities who have grown their empires to billion-dollar or million-dollar dynasties, we'll be analyzing today a very famous celebrity known as Mike Tyson, and how he went from $400 million rich to being broke and what exactly went wrong. Because apart from studying about their success, we also study about the mistakes that they made. So if it's something that interests you, please sit back and then we're going to see the mistakes he made so that we can also take lessons from it, right? Because here on Finance with Dr. Ish, we teach you about financial tips and things that can help you to be financially educated so that you can make the right kind of financial decisions, right? So, right to it, people. Now, he made over $400 million and still lost it all. I mean, talk about one of the most well-known celebrities in the boxing arena. Ruthless, straight to the point, right hook, left hook, and of course, he became so rich and made so much money, right? But still, the sad part of it all is in finance. If you don't make the right kind of financial decisions, in the twinkling of an eye, or maybe not the twinkling of an eye, you can find yourself extremely broke and poor. And that is part of the reasons why financial education, making the right kind of financial decisions is important so that you can sustain your wealth in a very strategic and systematic way with the right kind of structure. Now, he made $400 million and all. Why? Not because he didn't earn enough, because this is monies that many people probably would never ever earn in their lifetime. A very little percentage of people actually get to earn this kind of money. Or he didn't lose it because he didn't earn enough, but because he didn't build his wealth. There's a strategy and system to sustaining wealth which he didn't use. Now, let's talk about first of all how he rose from nothing. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in the mouth. He didn't come from a billionaire family. He was the youngest heavyweight champion at age 20. So I would say that he paid his dues and worked hard to get to where he made so much money. And over time in his career, he earned $400 million. And he also got what we would call global fame. There's no part of the world where Mike Tyson wasn't known as it. And of course, he's a legend even till today. But the truth is, high income came fast for him, but he had no financial system in place to sustain this income, to keep this wealth as long as possible. And this also applies to any entrepreneur, applies to any professional, applies to anybody who's interested in building wealth. Wealth can come to you, you can make income fast, but if the systems and structures are not in place, the wealth will leave equally as quickly. Now, one of the things I always preach about is a lifestyle trap, lifestyle upgrade, where your expenses is far more than the income that comes in. If you're not disciplined financially, you find yourself broke at every point in time, living on credit cards, living a fast life. These are recipes for financial disaster. His spending grew faster than his income. Jewelry, fast cars, huge apartments that needed a lot of maintenance. I mean, so many poor financial decisions. And it's not just about Mike Tyson here. Many people, I mean, 9 to 5ers, business owners, entrepreneurs, side hustlers, YouTube creators, so many people earning a lot also fall into this trap. Lifestyle inflation, lifestyle trap is the fastest way to destroy your wealth. Now, no financial control. When you have no system in place and you have no visibility, nothing is visible about control, everything gets bought, no delayed gratification, no assets that or investments or assets that keep bringing in money for you, nothing that is giving you profits. Instead, you are getting more of liabilities than assets. And if you don't track your money will disappear. You need to track your income and also track your expenses. These are part of the mistakes he made, and so many other people finding themselves in debt make on a consistent basis. Now, there's what we call the bad financial habits and the healthy financial habits. Now, the bad financial habits are when you inflate your lifestyle, where your lifestyle meets up or matches or exceeds your income coming in. Trust me, you're going to live on the fast lane and you're going to head straight into debt. Of course, another mistake he made was taxes and legal damage. There were so many millions lost to taxes, lawsuits, and mismanagement. So, tax ignorance is truly very, very expensive. If you are owing monies, taking loans, taking debts, and you're not paying, and interest are accruing on the debts, there's so many loopholes when it comes. So whatever taxes you need to pay, do your taxes at the right time, because penalties accrue if you don't pay your taxes on time, especially in countries where they are very keen on gaining revenue for the government, right? Mismanaging your funds also by not being or not getting the proper financial education on what to spend your money on. Now, the thing here is understanding how to make money work for you and not you work for money, because you can't be young forever. So when this mismanagement comes, and you know how celebrity lifestyles are, and not just celebrities, some certain things that we do, some of us do, these high incomes don't come forever. So just imagine being famous for only 5 to 10 years, and after that, no major source of income coming in, and yet you still have a very loud and fast lifestyle. That is gonna be a very serious problem for you. Now let's look at a breakdown. 2023, he experienced bankruptcy, which equal to 20 million plus in debt, steady decline. So when that debt keeps increasing and increasing, and your businesses and your incomes are not increasing in commensurate with your expenses, you are definitely heading for problems. And that was part of the mistake he made. So what really went wrong? It wasn't income. He had income. It was structure. It was lack of delayed gratification. It was buying everything that he didn't need to buy. It was having a fast lifestyle. So income without structure, it's just temporary success. Wealth is something that is supposed to sustain you even to when you are old, gray and old. I mean, can you be a boxer at 60 years old? Definitely not. As an entrepreneur, as a 9 to 5er, can you work the way you worked when you were 20? Definitely not. What are the 5 failure points here that you and I need to take note of? Lack of financial education. You need to be financially educated so you know what to do and what not to do, because these are what makes people to have poor financial decisions. No system in place. You don't save money, you spend first before saving. And most times, if you spend before saving, you end up not saving at all. And like I say in my live classes, you must know how to save first once your income comes in. Now, wrong financial advisors, people also living the fast life and benefiting from you, loaning money from you without repaying and encouraging you with those lifestyles. And of course, lifestyle inflation being the number one reason, and then not having any investment and buying only liabilities instead of assets. Buying assets is a long-term investment. It insures you against poverty, against being broke. So when you keep taking loans, taking debts, buying jewelries and buying cars and things that have no value after they've been purchased, and getting advice from people who do not also have financial education, that is a recipe for a very major financial downfall. Now, the rebuild was he started rebuilding differently this time. Of course, it came with a lot of pain for him. And this is also a reality for many people who work jobs, who also have businesses they run. So your second chance actually can come, but depends on what you learned. If you did not learn the lesson, if you did not learn the lesson about having a fast lifestyle, you'll still make the same mistake. If you did not learn the lesson about buying more of liabilities and assets, we can have that in another session where I explain to you how to classify assets and liabilities, then you will still find yourself broke. And if you also don't learn the lesson of making multiple streams of income and diversifying your wealth and investing as much as you can, you will still make the same mistake. However, some people are opportuned to have second chances, but it also depends on what you have learned, if you have learned the lesson, and which he did. And of course, he started going into, have he started building his brand from the scratch, and of course, producing products. He was no longer a consumer alone, he now became a producer, and of course, attending to problems that people were willing to pay for. And so, what is the wealth framework here? How to avoid Tyson's mistake. Protect your investments and multiply the investments. Protect your income and multiply, which is number one, when you earn, control your spending, control your expenses, track your expenses. You know, get rid of all those things that make you to spend more than what you earn. Save before you spend. Protect what you have by investing and buying assets, and multiply it from the profits you make by reinvesting again in great companies. Look at Warren Buffett, look at Aliko Dangote, look at Rihanna, look at Oprah, look at Davido. These people I spoke about in other videos. Look at the structures they use in building their wealth and multiplying their brands globally, and leveraging from not just consuming but owning products, then sustain it by applying systems and structure. So don't just make money, build wealth. Right? So if you have any questions for me, of course, based on what you've just learned, and if you've learned anything, just tell me in the comment section what part of it has struck you the most. And if you have any questions on how you want to build structure into your businesses, feel free to drop the comment for me as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as usual, I will see you in the next one.